Hey, are you tired of living a superficial life? Maybe you're not even aware you're living one right now. In this video, I'm going to try and collate some clarity around the superficial and how to avoid it. So, the superficial. I got reminded a couple of days ago when I was having a conversation with a friend and we were doing a check-in like how are you doing, and nowadays in my life with the friends I have and the colleagues I have in my business, when I ask that question or I get asked that question, how are you doing, I answer authentically and honestly what's going on right now in my life. I don't try to sugarcoat it or oh, it's all good. I kind of tell the truth, like, oh, I'm fucking having a great day, or I'm having a really bad low day, like one of those days where I talked about before. So we were sharing, and it seems like we were both having like a wobbly days. There was ups and downs, and so okay, yeah. It seems like when both of us open up to feel more, to go to the other side, the other side that I'm talking about, to go to that side, we also open up to feel everything more, even the lower things. And I shared this before, and I kind of joked that I wished my teacher had told us about the feeling everything. Maybe, reading the fine print. Yes, just if you open up to this, you're open up to all the dark holes that you might step into or fall into and try to get out of. And but I know it's a joke, because I don't regret opening up that door, taking the red pill or whatever you want to call it, to open up to that world, to start living from my whole body and not just the head. I don't regret that journey to ever, because having awareness in my whole body makes me able to do conscious choices in my life, and it makes me have the courage and the capacity and the ability to be authentic as much as possible, not the superficial things that I used to have so much in my life. I mean, that was one of the reason I quit my employment and started my own business, my own company, because it was like in the mornings, almost every morning, coming to the office, there's like at the coffee machine place, you're meeting the people that comes and goes, and it's like, how are you doing? And it's like an automatic answer, like, oh, everything is good, how are you doing? Everything is good. But everything is not always good, and I just got so fed up with always not be able to have the capacity or daring to be authentic, like saying I'm not having a good day. And once I actually did that, I was like fed up with the not being authentic, because sometimes we have bad days, and I think that applies to everyone. And so I said, oh, I'm having a bad day, and the person like, whoa, that's not what I usually get as an answer. How do I? And he didn't, or she didn't even know how to meet me, and I was like, this superficial stuff, I don't want that. It's like, it's too much. I couldn't handle it. Not every day, like, because the office space was like an everyday thing. It was like the same when I was getting coffee at lunch breaks and at coffee breaks and everything, that superficial stuff, like everything is fine, there's no issues. And yeah, maybe that was my workspace, but for the moment, but it was so obvious, and things like that kind of stacked up. And that made it easier for me to resign and start my business. So I'm grateful for those stacking things that was easier for me to take action. Yeah, getting from the superficial to the more authentic enriched my life so much, to be able to say, oh, I'm having a great day and mean it, and I'm having a bad day and I actually mean it. I'm not faking it, to be more real, to be more me, to actually have the capacity and the courage and everything to like be as authentic as possible. And that kind of gave me a lot of energy and enriched my life as well. So I don't regret things going in that door, to opening up to feel more, to opening up that space. Added a lot of value in my life. So going from the superficial to the more authentic, that was very nice. So, and when I open up to the whole me, the feeling more and hearing the body talks. I'm talking about that before, the body's capacity to communicate, to talk, to know what's best for me, to actually hear that, and so I can make conscious choices in my life. Making conscious choices in my life is also a skill I'm grateful for. So I can actually, okay, this is right for me. I know it's right for me deep in. Yeah. So how do you start being more authentic? What's holding your authentic self back? Maybe it's about asking some questions. Are you, now that I kind of defined superficial things, like it's like at a level that's not, doesn't really matter. I mean, I mean, usually you know if you're not authentic, or do you? Or maybe it's, how do you start practicing? So if something feels off, that's usually some sort of signal that something's off, and that you can try and go into that. Okay, what's off then? Is it the conversation we're having? It gives me nothing. I feel drained when I go from, I mean, conversations should fill you, should energize you. It shouldn't drain you, in my opinion. And that's a place to start with. Are your conversation with your friends, your colleagues, are they energizing you, or are they draining you? And why are they draining you? Is the topic or whatever you're talking about giving you new input? Are you growing from them? Or is it the superficial level? You're talking about something that doesn't really matter. I mean, does the topic or whatever you're talking about have value? Does it add value to your life? Do you grow from it? Do you create new experiences? So yeah, start exploring. Where are you maybe not authentic? Where are you stuck in the superficial? Can you invite more authenticity some way? Maybe you can bring up a topic you want to talk about. Maybe you haven't done that before. You just follow whatever is going on in the room, and what happens if you, can we talk about something else? Can we not talk about this superficial box that we usually are in, and can we go to this box maybe, where maybe there needs some bit of courage to open up that box? Maybe it's about relationships and feelings, or whatever is going on. Maybe just having a bad day and you never ever experienced that before. You're always building the happy guy and or woman, and sometimes you're having a bad day, and maybe this is the time to just express that, fuck, I'm having a bad day. This is going on in my life. This is going on in my relationships. I'm struggling, or whatever challenge you might have. See what in that area, where, I mean, in this box, where if you open up to that, that's where the magic happens in my experience. That's where the growth is. Where it's maybe a bit uncomfortable, where it's might be hard to be for too long. Yeah. So, but try it out. Just, yeah, that's an invitation to see if you can move from the superficial box, if you know what it is in your world, and move into the other box, maybe the unknown box, and start asking questions in that box, or inviting something in that, and see how it goes, and explore. And how authentic can you be? Can you, like, if you're at 25%, can you dial it up to 50 maybe, or 75? And how does that feel? And then just explore with it and see if you can be curious what will happen if I do that. And so moving from the superficial box to the more unknown box, where authenticity is a key. There's going to be magic there, in my experience. Yeah, from the more superficial to the more authentic. That's my take on it. And yeah, that's it for today. Yeah, that's it.